What are some of the things you've learned around people in your life when it comes to this time that you've experienced? I mean, you must have cut some people out of your life and seen some things in life that showed you the other side of people that you didn't like.
It confirms things you already know about people, is that people are the majority of people in your life are self-interested, which is fine. That's not a bad thing, by the way.
Is that inherently all people?
Well, life is a value exchange. This idea that you should love people unconditionally or care about people unconditionally is a fallacy. You'll see people talk about this all the time. I'd love you if you were broke. No, you wouldn't. Your woman will say to you, I'd love you if you were broke. It's comfortable to believe she would. If you became broke and it was no fault of your own and you were trying to get rich again, then of course she'd stay by you. But if you lost all your money and refused to work and you gambled it all away and became a drug addict and sat on the couch and got fat, she'd leave you. Because her love for you is conditional and it's based on the fact that you can provide and protect her. Everything in life is conditional. When you go to jail or go through a bad circumstance, perhaps you can't give people what you were previously giving. And everything is a value exchange. So what you really learn about people is who you have tolerance and leeway with, who will remember the value you previously gave them long enough for you to then restore the value you're giving again. It's like a power outage before the power comes back on. Some people have shorter fuses than others. Some girls will stop talking to you after a week of jail. Some will wait 5 years. But eventually it's the same. Everything in life is a value exchange, so you have to understand that, especially as a man, because if you're a big man in people's lives, you're giving more than receiving. You give things. Important big men give things to all the people around them, much more than they receive from anybody. So I think that's what you learn, but I already knew all of this. There's a lot of people who believe that love and friendship and all these things are unconditional, but and it's always been.
They're all conditional.
Life is conditional. Breathing is conditional. Like everything is conditional. Like living is conditional. Your heart beating is conditional. If you don't eat food, your heart stops beating. There's conditions to everything. Women will say, would you love me no matter what? And the answer to that is no. If you stabbed my dog and set my mom on fire and then tried to kill me in the middle of the night, I wouldn't love you. No.
You mean to tell me that someone could stab G out there?
Nah, he's built different.
Nah, he's built different.
Yeah, but it's an example. So all this unconditional mindset isn't real. Everything in life is conditional. When you go to jail, the conditions change. And you have to see who's going to stick around for the conditions or who believe the conditions will go back. Maybe some girls don't believe you'll ever get out. It's all conditional. That's how life works. I wasn't personally offended by anyone I lost. I may have been surprised by a few, but I'm not offended by these things. I understand how the world functions.